Welcome to episode number 8 of the Golffront Podcast. My name is Brett Bevilacqua. I'm a realtor with Carolina Property Sales in Southern Pines, North Carolina. This week, I want to talk about the Magnolia course at Pinewild Country Club. Just 3 miles from downtown Pinehurst, you will find Pinewild, one of the most desirable gated communities in the village of Pinehurst. The Magnolia course was designed in 1989 by Gene Ham, who also built Beacon Ridge, and both courses at Foxfire, as you may remember from previous episodes. In my opinion, the Magnolia at Pinewild Country Club stands above all his previous designs. From the back, the Magnolia is one of the longest courses in the state and an unbelievable 7,446 yards. It is a par 72 with a rating of 76.4 and slope of 135. From the whites where I play, it is much more manageable. 6,234 yards, with a rating of 70.3 and slope of 123. The Magnolia was built near the end of Gene Ham's career, and in my opinion, his experience really shines through at Pinewild. The first hole kicks off with a 500-yard, 625-yard from the back tees, par 5. There are a pair of bunkers flanking the fairway that could eat up an errant tee shot, but other than the length, this par 5 is pretty straightforward. The green front right bunker could give you a little bit of trouble, but the saving grace is a very spacious green. The second hole is a 370-yard par 4 from the whites and 430 yards from the back. You will want to avoid the bunker on the right side, but need to stay right to not get blocked out of an approach shot by a tree in the bunker complex on the left. The third is a fairly long par 3. The green is protected by 2 back-to-back bunkers, and the one closer to the green is cavernous. The left side of the green is also heavily sloped. The fourth is a short, slightly downhill, dogleg right par 4. Depending on your length, you may want to hit an iron off the tee. You will want to play it a little right off the tee and then should have a fairly easy tee shot to a mostly level green. The green is protected by a pair of bunkers, a small one on the right and a very large bunker on the left that will probably cancel out any shot at par. The fifth is an uphill medium-length par 4 that plays a lot longer than the scorecard indicates. There is a small pond in front of the tee that shouldn't be an issue, and a bunker directly across the fairway from a lone tree that requires a precise tee shot. There are a few other trees bordering this tight fairway as you get closer to the green, and they gave me a lot of trouble. The sixth is a short downhill dogleg right par 4 with a green that is at the bottom of a hill. There is a bunker to the left of the fairway, but you need to stay to its right. The fairway runs downhill to a mogul field that is in front of the green. The green isn't very deep. A precise approach shot is necessary, as it is so easy to go over the backside of the green, and you don't want any part of that. Believe it or not, I found the sixth to be the easiest hole in the front, and that's thanks to a lucky par. The seventh is a slightly uphill and lengthy par 3 that is surrounded by 5 bunkers that are sort of deep. The green is large but thin. If the pin is in the back, this will be a long par 3. Though barely 500 yards from the blue tees and just 466 yards from the whites, the eighth is a par 5 that is tough to get to in 2. Off the tee and even on your second shot, the green is out of sight due to a dogleg left over the last 80 to 100 yards. There are numerous traps down the left side, and you can cut the corner inside of a lone tree in the left rough. There is a big trap to the right of the green that could penalize anyone with the guts to try to get there in 2. There is a good deal of fairway to land in if you choose to cut the corner. In my opinion, the eighth is the most memorable hole on the course, and it kept me second-guessing my club selection even days after my round. I look forward to the next time I get to play this hole. It is one of the area's best. On the ninth, you may want to stay away from the right side. This medium-length, slight dogleg right par 4 felt like it played a bit longer than the scorecard indicated. There is a waste area off the fairway to the left, but that still leaves you a much better approach shot than if you leak right or, God forbid, get eaten up in one of the 2 bunkers about halfway down the fairway. There is a large bunker directly in front of the green, and you don't want to end up there. The backside kicks off with a 400-yard par 4 from the whites, 480 from the tips, that has what feels like a magnetic bunker in the right rough, where tee shots go to double bogey land. The killer part of the 10th is finding that first fairway bunker will make ending up in a 50-yard long bunker on the right just before the green much more likely. The 11th is yet another long par 4. There is a lake on the left just off the generous fairway that really isn't in play unless you pull a long drive. The green is protected by a bunker on the front right as well as the middle right. The 12th is a short uphill par 3. It is a nice break after the 10th and 11th. There are 3 small bunkers to the right of the green that are pretty easy to avoid. A good drive on the 13th will give most players a shot at getting to this par 5 and 2. Thanks to an elevated tee box that is about 100 feet higher than the green, you should get a really good roll on your drive. There is a pond on the left that creeps about halfway into the fairway, but to me, I didn't feel like it factored to this hole. There is also water in the right rough, but that too didn't feel threatening. There is a trap on the left front of the green for those trying to get there in 2. To me, 13 is a get-right hole. Compared to most par 4s on the Magnolia, the medium-length 14th is a piece of cake, and that's a good thing because a number of challenges await your finish. The 15th is a medium-length par 3, medium-sized green, and a lot of sand if you miss the green short. The 16th is a dogleg right that forces you to club down. I tried to play my tee shot off the mounds out on the left and got hung up in some deep rough. Do what you can to avoid it. Take your medicine, lay up off the tee, and then hope for an accurate approach shot to a fairly large green with a mid-iron hybrid or 5-wood. The 17th is all about a thin tabletop green. The slight dogleg left plays right around 400 yards. There is a trap on the left side that most players will clear with a decent tee shot. The green is elevated about 5 feet, has no sand to speak of, and is one of those greens that gives players who haven't practiced their short game fits. It is not hard to roll right across the green if playing from the right or left side. The 18th is a great finishing hole. It plays about 480 from the whites and well over 500 from the back. There are a pair of traps flanking the fairway in the tee shot landing area. If that's not enough, there is a pond that runs along the left side of a narrow fairway for the last 200 yards to the green. Make no mistake, this course will make you earn your pars no matter which tee box you play from. If you are looking for a challenge, here it is. Don't take my word for it, the Magnolia at Pinewild Country Club has hosted numerous qualifying rounds for numerous US Open and US Amateur Championships. Greens fees are in excess of $100 at the Magnolia at Pinewild Country Club. I played at the beginning of the winter and the greens were a little shaky. That being said, the golf course is the tougher of the 2 Pinewild courses and should be on your checklist of courses you must play in the Sandhills. For more information, rates, or membership, visit their website at pinewildcc.com or give them a call at 800-523-1499 to book a tee time. Pinewild is one of the most sought-after gated communities in all of the Sandhills. Homes can be had from the high 300s to well over $1 million. If you want to take a look at Pinewild or anywhere else in the Sandhills, give me a call at 845-365-3665 or send an email to brett@hmpfilms.com. Once again, I'm Brett Bevilacqua with Carolina Property Sales. Let's get together and play 18 and talk about some golf front property. Next week, we head about 75 miles north of Pinehurst to Duke University Golf Club.